Wow, friends! This week, more and more stimulus checks are going to be sent out to Americans. Up to $1,000 is currently available to be claimed right now. This stimulus plan has a few new eligibility requirements that have to be met in order to receive this additional financial assistance. Also, there are many new details that have just been released. So it's really important that you watch until the end of this video, because I will be sharing with you all of the details and what you need to know about this fourth stimulus package. And to say thank you for joining me here every day when I post, I'm giving away 4 $75 Walmart gift cards every week. Please make sure that you click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. All right, friends. So here are the new details on the next batch of stimulus checks. About 3.2 million Virginia tax filers will receive one-time rebates from the state's Department of Taxation beginning at the end of next week. Virginia Tax Commissioner Craig Burns has also announced that the department plans a soft launch, but will ramp its production very soon. So friends, all eligible individual filers can receive up to $250 in rebates, and eligible joint filers can receive up to $500 in rebates. Filers will only be eligible to receive a rebate if they had a tax liability after any credits, deductions, or subtractions to which a tax filer is entitled. Only taxpayers who filed their taxes by November 1st will be eligible for this rebate. The Department of Taxation estimates that it will issue about 3.2 million rebates. About 1.9 million rebates will be issued through checks, and about 1.3 million rebates will be issued through direct deposit. But friends, the department will issue checks if it does not have the filer's banking information, if direct deposits were rejected, or if a filer owes additional taxes. About 2.9 million rebates should be issued before October 10th. The department plans to issue about 250,000 checks every day on Monday through Saturday. That means 150,000 direct deposits and 100,000 checks. The great news, friends, is that tax filers who return their taxes before July 1st should get their rebates by October 17th, and those who return them after July 1st should receive their rebates within 4 months of filing. The department is also setting up an online tool to help taxpayers find out whether they are eligible for these rebates, how much money they will receive, and when they should receive it. Earlier this year, lawmakers approved several tax cuts and a one-time tax rebate for certain taxpayers. The General Assembly allocated about $1 billion to provide rebates, but the specific amount that will be spent depends on how many taxpayers are eligible for the relief. In total, last year's budget included about $4 billion in tax relief, which included the rebates, increasing the standard deduction, ending the state's portion of the grocery tax, and making the earned income tax credit partially refundable. Lawmakers failed to adopt the gas tax reduction, despite support from Governor Glenn Youngkin and Republican lawmakers. The last time Virginia issued tax rebates was in 2019. Also, friends, the last round of rebate checks started going out to New Mexico residents just recently. State officials say it is much needed relief for New Mexico residents who are dealing with inflation and high prices at the pump. New Mexico state officials have said that residents are under a lot of fiscal strain right now between the price of fuel and the price of other basic necessities. Starting earlier this year, New Mexico taxpayers started qualifying for rebate checks, $250 for single filers, and $500 for joint returns. In July, qualifications were income-based, but now every taxpayer can expect another round of money. They expect to send out about 800,000 rebate payments. According to the state of New Mexico and its officials, anyone who filed a return should expect one, although some New Mexico residents may still be waiting for the first round of payments. According to New Mexico state officials, anyone who filed a return should expect one, although some New Mexico residents may still be waiting for their first round of payments. So if you have not received any of your relief checks, there could be a number of reasons why. You may want to double check that your banking information is correct. Also, if you're getting a paper check, that will take more time than direct deposits. All my awesome and great friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this weekend. Thank you, friends, for joining me here every single time when I post a video. To say thank you, I'm giving away 4 $75 Walmart gift cards every week. The winner of today's Walmart gift card giveaway is Tammy Kelly. Congratulations, my friend. To claim your gift card, please check your notifications page and send me an email. Or you can also send me a message on my Facebook page. Thank you, friends, and have a wonderful and blessed weekend.
Installment of my Farm Bill Impact Series during a time when the effects of a poor corn harvest in Kansas are only compounded by rising inflation. Kansas farmers are laboring under the burden of skyrocketing input costs while they work hard to keep our country fed, fueled, and clothed. And they deserve a workable solution to this inflation crisis before the situation gets any worse. Farming is already a risky business, volatile, without the added burden of inflation, and USDA estimates that input costs will continue to rise to astronomical rates throughout 2022 and beyond. For an example of the risk of volatility in farming, the corn harvest is underway in some parts of Kansas, and the results are a fraction of the yield that farmers hope for and bank on during normal seasons. The Farm Bill, which Congress will reauthorize in 2023, exists in part specifically for situations like this current corn crop, to provide emergency assistance to our ag producers even when Mother Nature doesn't cooperate. The weather in Kansas can be extreme and unpredictable, which means that growing corn can be a very difficult prospect. Kansas is suffering from a major drought right now. According to the USDA, for the week ending September 11th, only 14% of Kansas topsoil was rated as adequate. And USDA rated the corn condition 27% very poor, 27% poor, 24% fair, 20% good, and only 2% excellent. Meanwhile, according to Drought Monitor, 34 counties in my district alone are in extreme drought and 16 are in exceptional drought. The farther west you go in Kansas, the worse it gets. Even irrigated fields are having issues, and far more corn crops than normal will be complete losses. Many Kansas producers are saying that this is the worst corn harvest in recent memory. This is a dire situation. Farmers invest hundreds of thousands of dollars in producing this essential crop, and its failure means that farmers are left wondering how they're going to put food on the table and pay for gas to drive their kids to school. To make matters worse, consumers end up without access to many of the products that they've learned to enjoy and on which they depend. This is where Farm Bill programs like crop insurance come in. Crop insurance serves producers and consumers alike because it helps prevent producers from going out of business and grocery store aisles from sitting empty. Farm Bill programs like crop insurance have secured our national food supply and helped generations of producers avoid bankruptcy when times get tough. We're in one of those times right now. Inflation is skyrocketing in America. President Biden is trying to impose his farm killer tax and dismantle the stepped-up basis, and producers are going out of business. The need to reauthorize the Farm Bill for 2023 has come at a critical moment in time. A bad harvest in Kansas isn't just about money. It's about morale and spirit. Missing harvest time in Kansas doesn't just mean missing out on the yield of a cash crop. It means missing out on a special Kansas tradition of celebrating the culmination of all of your family's hard work. It creates financial insecurity while leaving a void where a renewal of family camaraderie should be. Washington, D.C. unfortunately doesn't understand this. This city has never been crippled by something like a lost harvest. D.C. moves right along through the drought, heat, late winter snows, and torrential downpours unfazed. That's why I'm standing here today to remind Congress that 1 in 10 employed Americans, nearly 20 million people in this country, work in food and agriculture, where weather creates a make-or-break situation for their livelihoods. And most importantly, every American has to eat. American agriculture producers are hurting not only from the skyrocketing input costs that come with inflation, but also from a lower morale that comes with extreme heat, drought, thin margins, and a broken supply chain. In 2023, Congress must reauthorize the Farm Bill with American farm families at the front of their minds because they are in a crisis. I'll be back on the floor soon to deliver another installment of my Farm Bill Impact Series and highlight more programs and titles within the bill that I believe Congress must understand and support to ensure that agriculture thrives in America. The people who feed, fuel, and clothe us all deserve our unwavering support. They also deserve a robust safety net in the Farm Bill and workable solutions to the inflation crisis